We have a date. It's June 22nd when the court will decide whether or not to dismiss the Petito's lawsuit against the Laundries for emotional distress when Brian Laundrie allegedly murdered Gabby Petito. So I'm going to walk you through the court's order. So before I get there, please do subscribe. Support my channel by subscribing. Hit that like button. Hit the bell notification so you get notified of the next video I do on the Petito versus Laundrie lawsuit. So hi there, I'm Michele Hagan. I'm a legal analyst, a former prosecutor. You may recognize me because you've watched several of the videos I've done on the Petito versus Laundrie case, or you were following the Elizabeth Holmes trial. So the videos for education information, simply my opinion. Please do leave your analysis. What's your take on all this? Please do leave a comment. If you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want to support and donate to me making these videos, I'll leave a link to PayPal in the description box below the video. All right, so let's get into it. Let's take a look at the court order that was just filed in the Petito versus Laundrie lawsuit. So here it is. I'll walk you through it. So it says Joseph Petito and Nichole Schmidt, those are Gabby Petito's parents, versus Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie. This is a hearing where the judge will decide whether or not to grant the defendants, Brian's parents, motion to dismiss the amended complaint filed by Gabby Petito's parents. They are suing Brian's parents for intentional infliction of emotional distress due to the death of their daughter, Gabby Petito, at the hands of Brian Laundrie. So the judge is going to have a hearing. If you want to take a look at the prior videos I did on Don't Dismiss the Petito versus Laundrie lawsuit, does the Constitution apply? Please do. And also the one I just did the other day, if you want to get up to speed. So the court is notifying all the parties that the court's going to have a hearing. The judge is going to be Judge Hunter Carroll. He will decide whether or not to dismiss this lawsuit or whether or not the lawsuit proceeds to trial. So the date is June 22nd, 1:30 p.m. They're allocating 60 minutes for this hearing to determine whether or not to dismiss the amended complaint, in other words, the lawsuit that the Petitos have against the Laundries. And it says here, is the hearing evidentiary? No. So what does that mean? The court's not going to be taking any evidence. The court will not be listening to any witnesses. They're not going to be looking at any evidence by either side. The judge is simply going to make a decision on whether or not to dismiss this lawsuit based on the filings, the pleadings, the motion to dismiss by Brian's parents, the reply by Gabby's parents, and the initial response by Gabby's parents on the initial motion to dismiss. In other words, the court's going to make the determination based on the filings that are made by the parties and the arguments of both counsel. They're not going to be listening to Brian's parents. They're not going to be taking any testimony from Gabby's parents. Simply based on the motions and the responses filed and the arguments by counsel. So the court is also saying that the parties can appear by Zoom or they can appear in person. And it's going to be in the South County Courthouse in Venice, Florida. Courtroom D, if you want to go. By the way, it's a public courtroom and the public can attend. Or you can watch it on Zoom if you want to join a meeting, or you can listen to the audio recording. Here's the information for that. It says right here, court proceedings are open to the public. Members of the public may appear live. In other words, you can go to courtroom D, you can watch the hearing, or you can appear by way or watch it by way of Zoom or the audio link. Okay, so you can go ahead and read this. And you are advised that the court may record the proceeding. So in other words, the court may record this hearing or may not. It's not one of the ones that they generally record, but maybe in this case, because of the high publicity, I think the court's probably going to record this hearing. Okay, and it says by court rule or court order, you're not authorized to make any of your own audio or visual recording of a court proceeding. So you can't take screenshots, you can't record the Zoom, you can't record the audio recording. Otherwise, it says here, you could be held in contempt of court. So you can go ahead and read these. Any interpreters, ADA notice, etc. And it's done and ordered by Judge Hunter Carroll on May 16th, 2022. So you can go by way of Zoom or appear in person to the hearing if you're interested, and both counsel were given notice of this order. So that's it. That's D-Day. We're going to find out June 22nd or sometime thereafter. The court will issue their decision of whether or not they're going to dismiss the Petito's lawsuit against the Laundries, or whether this judge is going to allow this case to go to trial to proceed forward. So I'm sure we're going to get a written decision, so we'll find out what the reasoning is either way. So stay tuned, and please do subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, share these videos, and leave a comment. What's your analysis? Do you think the case is going to go forward, or do you think the judge is going to dismiss it? So if you want to also, I'll put a PayPal link if you want to donate to me creating these videos. I'd appreciate it. So thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe and leave a comment. I want to know what you're thinking.